Building skins in Rust are not just cosmetic and actually allow you to open doors through the ceiling. Upgrading a wall in stone is not always a good idea, because you can use it as a trap. And what is the electrical system that all players should use? Here are 20 advanced Rust building tips to improve your game. Make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel and check out today's sponsor. Rustly is one of the fastest growing Rust websites with a lot of games to play, many deposit methods including skins, cards and crypto, and instant withdrawals with a store full of skins. You can climb 5 free cases by using code STELIC or clicking the link in the first comment. You can battle against real players or bots in games like case battles, coin flip and even minefield and win cool skins. And if it's not enough for you, you can get a lot of bonuses and free cases every 24 hours. In fact, you can get 5 free cases right now if you click the link in the first comment or go to rustly.com and use code STELIC. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck! If you think that building skins exists just to show that you are rich, millionaire, you're wrong. Just take a look at this. There is a double door on the second floor. If you look through the gap between the ceilings and then choose any skin, at the time of the upgrade, you will be able to open or close the door from above through the texture. This can help you during a raid, or you can make a trap using this method. But if you don't have any skins, don't worry, I have another method for you. It's more complicated and requires some preparation, but it works just as well. All you have to do is build a shelf at the bottom, place a campfire on it, jump and press E at the same time, and you will be able to open the door at the top. If you don't have any skins, this is a great way to catch your enemies off guard. But what are you going to do with the guy after you lock him up in the room above you? It's really simple. Just throw a Molotov on the workbench, and it will damage everyone above through the ceiling. Unfortunately, the damage will only be in the corner where you have the workbench, but even that can be useful. If after all this you pissed off the clan and they came to raid you, you won't have a chance to defend your base. But you might be able to save some of your loot if you're lucky. Put the most important loot in your backpack. Pick up the large box, throw the backpack in the corner and cover it with the box. If you're lucky and no one breaks this box, you'll be able to save at least some of your loot. Also, let me show you how you can hide the most valuable loot inside your base. For example, you get an offline raid. Your enemies have broken down the first door. Behind it is a large box with no loot inside. The second door is open, so your enemies think they got lucky. And behind the last door is a locked TC, covered with a window. But there's no loot anywhere. Well, if you close this door, behind it is hidden a small box with the most valuable loot. Only a cheater would be able to spot it, so it's a very safe place. If you go deep into someone's base and you need to break the box inside, but you don't have a weapon to break it, or you need to break something inside your base, but you don't have anything to do it with, ask your teammate to throw the mace at the wall outside. It will fly through the texture and you can pick it up from the inside. For some reason, you can do it only with the mace. The rest of the melee weapons just get stuck in the wall. I think everyone has that teammate who opens absolutely every door inside the base and just goes outside without closing them. For such fools, you can make a system that closes all the doors at the push of a button. All you need is a small battery, a wire, some door controllers and a switch. Put a battery somewhere inside your base and attach door controllers to all but the 2 front doors, and attach a switch to the wall near the exit of the main core. Connect the battery to the switch and run a wire from the switch to the first door controller. Then, using the pass-through, connect the rest of the door controllers to this system, and that's it. Now when you want to go outside, just press the switch and all the doors inside will close. By the way, you can use the same method to create a fake online system that opens and closes the door inside your base, so your enemies think you're online. All you need for this is a small battery, splitter, blocker, electrical branch, switch, 2 timers and a door controller. Attach a door controller to the door, put a small battery in the corner, attach a splitter and a switch over it, and place other components like I'm showing. Set the right timer to 10 seconds and the left timer to 15 seconds. The main thing is that the left timer should run longer than the right timer. Connect the battery to the switch, run a wire from the switch to the splitter and from the splitter to both timers and a blocker. From the left timer, run a wire to the left blocker connector. From the blocker, run a wire to the right timer. Connect the right timer to the branch, and the branch to the door controller. And from the left branch connector, run a wire to the remaining left timer connector. Now, when you turn on the system, this door will open. After 15 seconds, it will close and open again, thus creating the illusion that you are online. Here's a very simple trap that anyone can build. If you break the twig wall with any electrical component connected to the door controller, the door will close and trap you inside. I think you all know this kind of shooting flaw. If you place a box with a hopper on each side at the bottom, every time you get killed, the loot will be sucked into it, so you won't lose anything, and also your survival will be much easier. But keep in mind, if there is nothing above the hopper, it works as it should. However, if you build a shelf over it, the hopper will stop working, because the shelf blocks it. But once you break it, it will continue to work. And here's another cool trap that will definitely surprise you. Behind the vending machine is an HBHF sensor. When you go inside, the door opens, blocking the exit, and you have nowhere to go. To make this trap, put a small battery in the corner, attach a switch, timer and blocker to the wall, and door controller to the door, and hide the sensor behind the vending machine. Connect the battery to the switch. From the switch, run a wire to the blocker. Connect the blocker to the sensor, and from the sensor, run a wire to the timer. Now from the left blocker connector, run a wire to the timer power in, and from the timer power out, run a wire to the door controller, and that's it. Your trap is ready to use. If you don't want to build a stability bunker, you can use another simple method. Build two low triangles next to the exit, cover the right triangle with half walls and ceiling, another floor frame in the middle. Replace the low triangle with the high one, and your bunker is almost ready. Next, you can build up the rest of your base as you like. The main thing is to cover this triangle with walls. Now, to close this bunker, just build a ceiling here, and to open it, build a roof in the right corner. If you want to maximize the protection of your TC, you have two options. For the first option, place the TC a little deeper in the doorway and cover it with a vending machine like I'm showing. If you've done it right, you'll be able to use the TC through the gap on the right or on the left. Plus, you'll have extra storage space thanks to the vending machine. Also, you can put a door inside to add even more protection. For the second option, you need to build a floor frame, place a TC inside it and cover it with a window. That way, even if your TC is broken, no one can take the loot from it until they break the window or a floor frame. If you've built a compound in the worst possible place and now anyone can easily climb on your roof, it's not a problem. Just make some HBHF sensors. They only cost 75 metal to craft, and attach them in the very corner of the ceiling, like this. As you can see, now it's impossible to build a ceiling from the outside. Now let me show you how to prank your teammate. If you put a barbecue in the corner, jump on it and turn it on, you'll get stuck in it and you won't be able to move until you turn it off. As you know, after the last update, you can no longer place planters on the shelf between floors, which makes farming a bit more difficult. However, you can use regular pots, plus you can grow much more cloth on a square in them. If you want to make a farm in a small base and you don't have room for this huge barrel, you can use regular water purifiers by connecting them to each other. 4 water purifiers are equal to 1 barrel, but take up much less space inside your base, so be sure to use this trick. You can use the igniter and a button to automatically light furnaces and campfires inside your base without any electricity. And if you want to learn more about Rust, then I'm gonna give you 100 essential tips and tricks for all monuments in Rust. I guarantee you won't know all of this.